Yo, what is good, Buckeye Nation? This is your boy, MB. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to this video. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to talk about what's been happening around Buckeye Nation this past week. So I'm going to talk about CJ Stroud. I want to first talk about CJ Stroud and our Buckeyes around the NFL and how they did, right? So let's get into this, right? So CJ Stroud, JSN, these guys are Buckeyes, had their first NFL preseason game. Of course, CJ Stroud, the internet went wild, flaming CJ Stroud for his performance against the Patriots in the preseason. He didn't do well. And guys, we can't overreact. Of course, people are overreacting, saying he's a bust. Obviously, it's one game. He only had 2 drives. He went 2 of 4. Had a bad interception. And guys, we should have not really expected much from this. I kind of thought he was going to play more. I thought he was going to play at least half of the game at least, but he didn't. I was going to make a video talking about what we should expect from CJ Stroud. I thought he was going to play more. I thought it was going to be very vanilla. I thought he was going to make some mistakes, rookie mistakes, and he did. He threw a bad interception right to Mills. He was he didn't have any time to throw pretty much. The offensive line was really bad. He was running for his life. At least he was showing some of his running ability. So he at least can do that, but it's gonna take some time for CJ Stroud to get used to things. You saw, on the interception, he threw the ball late. A lot of it with the NFL is timing, right? It's a timing thing, and you have to be precise. So it's gonna take some time. He doesn't have the Buckeyes offensive line anymore with him, and it's the Texans. They're not really that great. So it's going to take some time. It's the first preseason game. You know how it is. The stigma with Ohio State quarterbacks. They can't do. They're not great in the NFL. But we got to get these guys. They have to get rid of that narrative. It's very annoying, but it is what it is. So we got other guys. We had other Buckeyes play too, in JSN and Paris Johnson. He played today. Jason he didn't play. A lot of these guys didn't play a lot. They played like one or 2 series. You didn't see them. He had a couple of catches. That is what it is. Again, can't really take much. Paris Johnson played. I was specifically looking at Paris Johnson today. He was really. He was really good. He was pretty much erasing every. He was being an eraser out there. Didn't allow pressure. Of course, we had our guys. In DeJuan Jones and Luke Whippler. They played really well. DeJuan Jones was a beast out there. He just looks absolutely ridiculous. He didn't allow a pressure or a sack on I think it was 35 snaps. And these guys look like they're gonna have a bright future there. And they were low. And Luke Whippler and DeJuan Jones, they were low draft picks. But DeJuan Jones is very talented. He was a guy that was supposed to be projected to be a first or second round pick, but things happened. He didn't really do great. He didn't really do anything after that. What was it called again? After his pro day or whatever it was. I forgot what it was, but he didn't really do anything else, and things kind of happened. So it's what it is. So let's talk about this upcoming Buckeye scrimmage, right? Saturday. By the time this video comes out, it's gonna they're probably gonna be already done. But this is gonna be huge. I think this is gonna be a huge scrimmage for the QBs. I think this will decide who wins the QB battle. Who is it gonna be? Kyle McCord or Devin Brown? Now we heard on Friday, early Friday from the podcast, they were talking about how it was a really bad practice. Devin, they were talking about how they came up very flat, and that's gonna happen especially after 8 practices. These guys they're probably not fresh. They've already been through 8 practices, so they're gonna be up and down sometimes. But Emeka Egbuka, spoke out, said they need to be better. and that's a really good thing. We need guys that are going to be vocal leaders. We need that last year, especially from our best players. But yeah, I'm going to talk about this QB battle. I believe that this will determine whoever wins this, whoever does better in this private scrimmage will win the QB battle. I believe that they'll name the starter after pretty much after this. Well, almost. I think they'll know who the starter is after this scrimmage, I believe. So let's talk about the offensive line. One of the concerns with Ohio State with Buckeye Nation, and also the staff. I believe that we have our 5 offensive line solidified. I believe that Jimmy Simmons and Josh Fryer are our 2 tackles. I think Jimmy Simmons will play left tackle, and I believe Fryer will play right tackle. I think Jimmy Simmons is the more athletic guy, and you need your athletic guy playing left tackle so they can deal with the opponent's best pass rusher. I know our depth is not great. You kind of heard that again with Friday's practice. The depth was really bad. They were just allowing the defensive line to feast. Even the backups were feasting, so that is a concern. Our depth is probably not going to be there, but again, they have practices to figure things out. But that's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. All right, guys, I'm out.